talking about money. Bumba-rotted, Lord of mercy. This is why when I get rich and famous, there'll be signs. Don't get me wrong, you won't see this up because I don't really post what I get up to on social anyway. But when I get rich and famous, trust me, bro, there'll be signs. There will be signs. Yo. You know how mad it is that this shit happens like this? Like how easy it gets. How easy it is when you're just out here running and gunning with the hoes. Like, and you're rich, you know? It's just it's just, you know what makes it this sort of lifestyle somewhat appealable? Because you just attract these world champion whores, you know, who know what they're about and you know what they're about, you know? It's like you meet each other in the middle. Because none of these girls are like, you know what I'm saying, Mandem, you know what I'm saying. I think the Mandem know what I'm saying. But the mad thing about this is, I love the discipline, I'm not gonna lie. Big up, what's his face? Big up Stefon Diggs. Because he looks like the kind of guy, like, you know, back in the day, how it used to be, where you bring the gear to the party, knowing full well the hoes want some, and then you give it to them. But you're never doing it yourself. It's just for the girls. That's kind of swaggy, I'm not gonna lie. I know he's doing it for his pressure, he's a professional athlete, but being the dude that doesn't get too lit, doesn't get too turned up, but always got a little party pack on you, just so the girls can have a good time. And you're not weird, you're safe. If someone gets too fucked up, you put them in an Uber and send them home and shit. You're obviously smashing, but you're still protecting the crew. You're like protecting the crew. You're oddly enough, he's playing the role of the mother hen. Usually the mother hen is reserved for like the fat girl in the crew, right? But he is actually playing the role of the mother hen in that crew. He's the mother hen. He's looking after everybody. He's the one that's standing with all the back. You know, back in the day when you go to a club and you see girls in a circle with bags on the floor, and it always, honestly, girls are evil. You know, think about it. Girls are fucking evil. Back in the day, you used to go to raves when we all couldn't afford extra bit of money to put our coats in a cloakroom. We take our bags to the dance floor, innit, right? Girls would have their bags on the floor and their coats and shit. And sometimes the fat ugly girl or just the ugly girl in the group will be the one that will be left in charge to just stand guard of those bags. Horrendous, isn't it? Like, just like she'll be the only one there standing there while all the girls are off fucking swallowing some guy's face or something, or his fucking, you know, phallus. But this is kind of swaggy, I'm not gonna lie. There's something kind of swaggy about not being, because he doesn't look drunk at all. He doesn't look drunk, he doesn't look twisted, he looks chill. He's having a good time on a boat with some hoes. And he's passing around some 2C, which is kind of wild, by the way. As a professional athlete, to be out on a boat and be carrying around drogas with you and have it on camera is kind of wild, you know. He must be really good at his sport. I don't watch football. This fucking Diggs guy, he must be really good at football, because that's the only way you could excuse that behavior. Like, you can't get away with this. Like, how you just have drugs on you? How do you just have drugs on you? Because I'm trying to think to myself, right? It's a bit being the resident party boy of this stream. I don't know if it's actually drugs though, because it's a weird shape. I've never seen a baggie that shape, because it looks like the baggie looks like it's like a rectangle shape, and most baggies are like square. They're at least a square shape. They're usually not like a rectangle in terms of that long. But then the bag itself looks like one of those bags that you'd get when you if you'd order some drugs. They might send it to you like in a little Ziploc bag that might have like, you know, teeth strips or like nose strips in it, and it's got little Ziploc. But the actual baggie inside doesn't really look like, I don't know if it is 2C. To be fair, it has to be 2C, right? It has to be 2C, and 2C is essentially this mix of all types of drugs, and they add like pink coloring in it. It kind of originated from Colombia. The idea behind it was to create like another alternative to do coke and stuff, which wasn't as maybe harsh and stuff, but gave you a little bit of a euphoric high, kind of a mix between MDMA, ketamine, and cocaine. I think that's what they usually put in all three. They'll put MDMA, cocaine, and ketamine all in one thing, and then they'll put pink coloring in it to give it that color, just to kind of differentiate it from obviously cocaine and to kind of give it a little bit of a cool look. In the UK or in Europe in general, 2C isn't like that. 2C usually refers to 2CB, which is those pills that people take. You can take it in pill form or powder form, and 2CB is like a hallucinogenic kind of weird. It's like a trippy version of an MDMA ecstasy pill. So sometimes that's what they sell usually in Europe and UK. But I'm assuming if this is somewhere in America, a party place like Miami, there's gonna be a lot of people there that'll do 2C, because I'm assuming there's probably a big Central American, South American community out there, so they probably know about 2C, the actual 2C. So if it's pink and it looks like that, it probably is what I think it is. But it's just wild that he just has this on him, and he's not even trying to hide it from the camera. He's not being like shy about it. Like, he's just like whipping it out, like, yeah, ladies, go powder your nose in it. Come back later, and then we can get on it. He's just like, yeah. You girls go handle your thing, and I'll be here. Like, you have to be good at your sport, boy. You have to be so good at your sport that it doesn't matter what you do, because they're never going to get rid of you, because you make them a lot of money and you're really good at your sport, you know? That's the only way you get away with this sort of shit. But I don't know if it is actually what I think it is. I'm not too sure. But it does look like it, but it's just a weird shape. And the fact that the girls are so handsy with it, and they're all like crowding around him, it has to be trucy. It has to be drugs. There's nothing else it can be. The only way you can get girls like this to be so feverish and to be so hungry is if you're giving them free money or something, or if you've got some drugs on you. That's the only way you get this kind of like action where they're all like, you know what I mean, gawking at him. Obviously they're gawking at him because they like him too, but stuff. But you know, like that girl's hands on the drugs straight away. Do you know what I mean? She's clasping that shit. She wants to grab it straight away from his hand. She's hungry. She wants in. So there's definitely something illicit you'd imagine in there. 100% something illicit, but I just can't make it out from here. It's a weird shape, isn't it? I've never seen a baggie that shape, like in a rectangle shape like that. And he's trying to tell them, and he looks like he's giving them the last bit of advice. You know, when you get some gear from a dealer, like, yeah, you get some gear from a dealer, and they give you the unsolicited advice. They give you some advice that you don't need. Like, what? They're like, oh, by the way, just in case, just take it slow, right? Because this one is a good one. This one is like one of the best. It's like, bro, like, just fucking fries in the bag, bro. Fries in the bag. Don't be giving me fucking health advice and shit. What is this, man? Fries in bag, please. Fries in bag. So yeah, look, see, here they are opening up, and she seems excited by it. What are you guys saying about the baggie though? We got Burt Reynolds. I'm chalking it up to it being a huge bag, the bags of which the pedestrians have never. Yeah, that's a good point, to be honest. Big up Burt Reynolds. Big up Burt Reynolds. I've never been out and had to buy gear for like. There's 4 holes here, maybe 6. I think there might be one back there, but there's 3 on camera, and they all look like they have appetites. You know, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've had to supply gear for like 6 people, you know? So if you're having to do that, the quantities are going to be big, and the baggies are going to be, like Burt Reynolds says, they're going to be baggies that most of us have never seen. That's probably what's happening here. These are some big boy baggies.
Powerful bunch.
Some legit baggies. You know what I mean?
I went to EDCW 100 Molly pills. Girls all over me.
And of course, I guess this is the coach, right? Mike Vrabel made a comment regarding Stefon Diggs' video, that iconic video I just played you. What he's got to say about him?
That we're aware of, and obviously
we want to make great decisions on and off the field. We're hoping that with our time here on the field today, that when we don't have a script and we're on the call periods, that we're making great decisions. So the message will be the same for all our players, that we're trying to make great decisions, and any conversations that I've had with Stefon will remain between him and I.
He said great. He said we're gonna make you have to keep making great decisions. He said the phrase "great decisions" about 7 times in 20 seconds. So it's fair to say Stefon Diggs got a good talking to. Stefon Diggs got a good talking to about his conduct away from the football field, which is a bit dumb because if you're on break, you're not in season and shit, and you're surrounded by the holes. Yeah, I get it. It doesn't look great because he's got some gear on him and shit, but like, let the guy rock, man. He's not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I want my professional athletes to have their fun. That's what I want. I want my professional athletes to be out there having their fun, surrounded by fucking slags. And then when it's time to fucking play, they ball out. You get what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I'm not in this whole idea that professional athletes should be fucking boring and shit and be at home doing nothing. I want him to be having fun. So if he's having fun, let him have fun. When it's time to play, let him play. It's no problem. It's no... Oh shit, the stream chat. Training camps have started. Okay, cool. Oopsie. Training camps have started. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Fair play.